Hey.
Hello, I'm Hutch. Okay, so I've always done it as a kid. And then when I got a bit older, I moved to London when I was 18. I joined a couple of theatre companies, like the National Youth Theatre, and then put a show reel together and did a showcase, and I was lucky enough to get an agent that way. My first job was at Old Vic, then since then I've worked at the National, the Globe, Manchester Royal Exchange, stuff like that. My highlight so far was working at the National Theatre in Macbeth. It was such an experience, a new training form in terms of I had to do circus skills. So we were climbing 6-metre high rubber poles with no harness. So we had to train for a month before rehearsals. And then the really fun thing about rehearsals was it was really free and very movement based. I love working physically. So kind of threw everything out the window and just had fun with it and found our own version of these witches and women. So people inspire me, communities inspire me. So everywhere you go, there's always going to be a story that you hear. Sometimes I get the most inspired if I just am walking along and I see someone who has a face or has lived a life, and I want to know more about that life. And that's why I love this field of work, and I feel like it's an honour when you get to do a job and you get to research that time, that place, those people. It's important to archive them and honour them, and I feel like if you do get a chance to tell someone's story, then it's a gift. So that inspires me. My future aspirations. Well, when I was little, I always used to say I'm going to move to London and I'm going to live off beans on toast. I don't care, as long as I'm working all the time with good people in creative jobs. And it's still the same. My aspiration is still to do that, and I am doing that. So I guess it would be to continue working with good people, open, creative spaces regularly, and making work that has a political resonance maybe, or has an impact, is of now. I love classics and I love traditional theatre, but there's something now in the air that we need to tell work that's reflective of people's feelings, emotions, because art is so important now, really, especially in rural communities, not just London. I do have a sort of dream to work with a group of women, young women, old women, intergenerational project, where we're going into communities and in some way learning about them and them teaching us, we teach each other, and to use art and theatre and movement and music and everything amazing that we can sometimes take for granted, in a way to create almost a little tribe of people that have art at their fingertips, and they can, if they don't like school or they don't like what's going on at home, they can come to a safe place and they can work with us and get that stuff out and make it something really positive. So that's kind of an aspiration of mine, to create that.